What if I told you there's a way to charge your electric car in just 30 seconds? And what if that same technology could make your EV last 30 years without needing a battery replacement? Sounds impossible, right? Well, it's not. We're talking about Flywheel energy storage systems for electric vehicles. This technology could completely change how we think about electric cars. First, they take forever to charge. Second, the batteries are expensive to replace. Third, the batteries lose capacity over time. Flywheel energy storage could solve all three of these problems. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how Flywheel systems work. You'll see why they might replace traditional batteries in the future. And you'll know which car companies are already using this technology. Let's dive in. So what exactly is a Flywheel energy storage system? Think of it like a spinning top that never stops spinning. A flywheel is basically a heavy wheel that spins really fast. When you want to store energy, you make the wheel spin faster. When you want to use that energy, you let the wheel slow down a bit. The spinning motion itself is where the energy gets stored. This might sound simple, but the engineering behind it is fascinating. Let me explain how this works in an electric car. Instead of a traditional battery pack, imagine a metal disc about the size of a car tire. This disc is made from super strong materials like carbon fiber. It sits inside a special container with no air inside. The container is called a vacuum chamber. The disc spins on magnetic bearings, so there's no friction. Without friction, the disc can spin for hours without slowing down. Some flywheels spin at over 50,000 rotations per minute. That's about 10 times faster than a car engine at full speed. Now here's where it gets interesting for electric vehicles. When you press the gas pedal, the spinning flywheel transfers its energy to electric motors. These motors turn the wheels and make your car move forward. When you brake, the opposite happens. The car's motion gets converted back into spinning energy in the flywheel. This is called regenerative braking, and it's much more efficient than regular brakes. Let me give you a real example of how this works. Imagine you're driving down a hill in a flywheel-powered car. As you brake, the flywheel spins faster and faster. All that energy from going downhill gets stored as spinning motion. When you reach the bottom and need to accelerate again, that stored energy helps power your car. It's like having a built-in energy recycling system. Now let's talk about the advantages of flywheel systems over regular batteries. The first major advantage is charging speed. Remember those 30-second charging times I mentioned at the beginning? That's actually possible with flywheels. A flywheel can absorb energy incredibly quickly. You could theoretically charge a flywheel car as fast as you can pump electricity into it. Compare this to lithium batteries in current electric cars. Even the fastest charging stations take 20 to 30 minutes for a decent charge. Most people charge their cars overnight because it takes so long. With flywheels, you could charge your car while you buy a coffee. The second advantage is lifespan. Lithium batteries in electric cars typically last 8 to 10 years. After that, you need an expensive replacement. A flywheel system could potentially last the entire life of your car. There are no chemicals that break down over time. There are no materials that wear out from charging and discharging. The main components are just strong materials spinning in a vacuum. With proper maintenance, a flywheel could work for decades. The third advantage is temperature resistance. Have you ever noticed your phone battery draining faster in cold weather? Lithium batteries hate extreme temperatures. They lose capacity in the cold and can overheat in hot weather. Flywheels don't have this problem. They work just as well in Alaska as they do in Arizona. This makes them perfect for cars that need to work in all climates. Now let's look at some real-world examples. Williams Advanced Engineering is a company that came from Formula One racing. They've been working on flywheel systems for over a decade. They created a flywheel system for buses in London. These buses use flywheels to store energy when they brake at bus stops. Then they use that energy to accelerate away from the stop. The system reduces fuel consumption by up to 30%. Audi has been experimenting with flywheels in their race cars. In endurance racing, cars need to brake hard before corners. Instead of wasting that energy as heat, they store it in a flywheel. Then they release that energy for extra acceleration out of corners. This system helped Audi win multiple races at Le Mans. Porsche has taken this technology even further. They developed a flywheel system that can provide an extra 160 horsepower. This power boost lasts for about 6.7 seconds at a time. It's like having a temporary turbo boost in your car. But here's where it gets really interesting for everyday drivers. Some companies are working on flywheel systems specifically for regular cars. Imagine having a small flywheel in your daily commuter car. Every time you brake for a red light, you store energy. When the light turns green, that stored energy helps you accelerate. Your car becomes more fuel efficient without you doing anything different. Now let's address some of the challenges with flywheel technology. The first challenge is safety. A spinning disc with that much energy can be dangerous if something goes wrong. If the flywheel breaks apart, it could cause serious damage. Engineers solve this by using incredibly strong materials. They also put multiple safety systems in place. The vacuum chamber is designed to contain any debris if something breaks. Computer systems constantly monitor the flywheel for any problems. The second challenge is cost. Right now, flywheel systems are expensive to manufacture. The materials need to be extremely high quality. The manufacturing process requires precision equipment. This makes flywheels more expensive than traditional batteries today. However, costs are coming down as the technology improves. Mass production could make flywheels much more affordable. The third challenge is energy density. Energy density means how much energy you can store in a given space. Current flywheel systems store less energy per pound than lithium batteries. This means you might need a larger flywheel to match a battery's range. But remember, you get other benefits like faster charging and longer lifespan. Some companies are working on hybrid systems. These combine a small battery with a flywheel. The battery provides long-range energy storage. The flywheel handles quick bursts of power for acceleration and braking. This gives you the best of both technologies. Let me walk you through what driving a flywheel car might feel like. You get in your car in the morning. Instead of waiting for the battery management system to warm up, you can drive immediately. The flywheel doesn't care about temperature. When you accelerate, the car feels incredibly responsive. Flywheels can deliver power much faster than batteries. Your acceleration feels smooth and immediate. When you approach a red light, you brake normally. But instead of hearing brake pads grinding, you hear a subtle whooshing sound. That's the flywheel spinning up as it absorbs your braking energy. When the light turns green, you feel that stored energy helping you accelerate. It's like having an invisible push from behind. The car feels more alive and responsive than traditional electric vehicles. Now let's talk about the future of this technology. Several companies are working to bring flywheels to mass-market cars. Volvo has patents for flywheel systems in their vehicles. They estimate flywheels could reduce fuel consumption by 25%. GKN Automotive is developing flywheel systems for hybrid cars. Their system can capture 150 kilojoules of energy in just 10 seconds. That's enough energy to power your car for several hundred meters. Punch Powertrain is working on compact flywheel systems. Their goal is to make flywheels small enough for regular passenger cars. They want to create a flywheel that fits in the space of a spare tire. But the most exciting development might be in electric motorcycles. Williams Advanced Engineering has created a flywheel system for bikes. The entire system weighs only 60 pounds. It can provide an extra 60 horsepower for short bursts. This could make electric motorcycles much more exciting to ride. Here's what I think will happen in the next 10 years. First, we'll see more flywheel systems in racing cars. Racing is where new automotive technologies usually start. The performance benefits are too good for race teams to ignore.